Hello, Commander.
Never again 1v2s. Oh dang, apparently. I guess Alpha must have disconnected like halfway through their second game.
Oh my god, I'm just looking up in chat. Quad Factor TV says, who is Saurian? Can we...
I'm gonna fight you. Oh, Saurian is... He's dad. He's just a really nice guy.
Yeah, he's great.
Well, I mean, Marshall, I mean, run down what this man has done for Uber. I mean, just bring it on down.
I'll hand that over to him in chat because he probably knows more about his work than I do.
I mean, you can say he created the AI for the entire game.
He's worked on the AI, I think he worked on the asteroid patch and the unit cannons as well. He's not just, you know, a one-trick pony, he's a field of many awesome trick ponies.
He's a multi-horse.
Saurian is the multiverse.
Oh lordy.
There we go. Violet Queen in chat is saying, all I see is little dots. Basically, all the little dots mean something.
Marshall, are you not zooming in to get those sweet one-on-one docs battles?
Yeah, but when I do that, people say, oh, we missed it.
Oh, you're not seeing the big picture. Yeah, exactly.
You can't win.
Go, 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 and ready. All right, so here we go for the best of 3 finals match.
Yeah. As soon as Qzipico, whoever that is, readies up.
Well, it's the second guy in the, or it's the first guy in the yellow team, or in team 2. Come on, Marshall, can't you read? Like, come on, dude, it's not that bad.
I don't know who this Qzipico person is. It's all Qzipico.
I mean, I know the Walmart like appliance Qzipico. Qzipico.
Qzipico 2016.
Admiral creating toast. He's probably using one of Qzipico's toasters.
Are we? Admiral creating toast. Is he having to defrost it as well?
Well, do you toast or you bake bread?
Toast, I mean, bread is kind of premature toast, so does that mean that
it's the preteen toast? You don't know me, Mom!
You're adopted!
Luke, you're whole grain. No!
Self-raising.
Oh, Lordy Jesus. I don't want to go down this route because I got some pretty savage jokes, but I don't want to do it, man.
Would they leave you in pain?
I mean, I think if I said it, I'll probably have a few, like, what are the signature, what's that signature site that, like, get this thing removed? What is that called?
Change.org?
Yeah, I'll have a few, like, change.org sites on the forums thread saying, get rid of Ghost, please. I'd rather not. I'll save it for like when I'm streaming and someone asks, so what's that flower joke that you wanted to make? I was like, no, it's not worth. But either way, hey, look, it's called Atlant. Oh God, it's water. Why does no?
It's a flower joke. It must be budding.
It's navel. No, why?
I remember this map when it was still in dev.
Kill!
Looks as though they've balanced out the issues on this one.
Balanced out? It's naval. There's no such thing as balance. It's gonna be Pancake City, and it's gonna be miserable.
I will maintain that this is gonna be an interesting game.
I'm gonna maintain that I can't build a Ragnarok on it. It's gonna be miserable.
Well, who cares? Ragnarok is Ragnarok.
I cry too hard.
Is kind of not very fun, but. It's the final!
It's the first match on a naval map.
Ghost, are you going to turn into a stroppy teenager? Because if so, can you just depart?
I am gonna just be the sassiest co-caster for you because naval.
Oh my god, there's so much water everywhere.
Like-
It's gonna make me wet. I don't
Like, I
getting
can't even build
wet.
docks. Like,
No.
Uber, fix your game. This isn't even good. Like, there's
Oh
there's
my
volcanoes,
God.
but there's no islands. Like, this isn't even Hawaii, Dad. God, you don't understand
Doesn't
me.
need to be Hawaii. This is like, why is there ice next to the volcano? I'm pretty sure you can't have cold and hot at the same
Look,
time.
Jennifer, there's no land, okay? So you can just go take your naval and just bug off. Like, I don't even want to be here anyways. Like, there's
God.
players haven't even spawned in because they can't figure out how to play this game. Like, God, this map's so bad. God. All right, well, now that I got my sinuses cleared out, let's get this game started.
Yes, exactly. So, having a look as the players spawn in, we finally get to see Oxide and Alpha on blue in the north spawn, double naval first, following that up with air, one would assume. Possibly a second naval from one of the bases,
Well,
depending on what
Qzipico
they decide
and
to
Admiral
do.
go naval and air, so interesting choice. So I think we might be seeing
They're
some early air
heavily added
fabbers.
naval, yeah. Early air fabbers are certainly possible. We'll probably see some piranhas to go around and raiding all of the mechs because of their mobility there. I mean, that only makes sense. But over time, we're certainly going to see some T2 naval pretty as soon as possible. I would expect.
It's the only way to go. I mean,
Exactly.
You can't build
it's
anything else.
It's playing on curve in PA. Is on a naval map. You just have to ramp up to T2, and it's a case of the timing of that T2 and whether your opponent sees it or not, and whether they can react to it well enough or not.
I
Air
honestly,
fabbers coming out from yellow. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say honestly, I think once they capture these like 6 metal extractors inside their like base, they're gonna just go straight for naval. I mean, you might as well just the earlier the better, really.
Yeah. I mean, it's enough to sort of focus down on the T2, but the thing is, you want to be able to support the T2 when you get it, otherwise it's not necessarily playing on that curve. You're kind of jumping, but then you're stalling once you've jumped. And that sort of gives your opponent the opportunity to catch back up. But similarly, what they might choose to do is just ramp up the T1, establish map control, get to that equator, and get some torpedo launchers everywhere.
I just
And-
realized that this map even has like really strong choke points.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus!
Torpedoes, it's establishing
Torpedoes.
map control is going to be so incredibly important.
All right,
in this map.
Marshall, I can tell you how this game's gonna play out. Like, and I'm not even trying to mean about this. You're gonna see very quick tier 2. You're gonna see torpedo launchers just choking the living daylights out of those choke points. You'll see flak. We'll probably see either Hulkins or orbital. I mean, it's crazy, but this game is gonna be basically it's just a stepping. It's just gonna be a giant ladder. You're gonna see tier 2 into choke points, into Leviathans. You're gonna see that the Leviathans can't, break a wall. I mean, if we see basically a stalemate at the Leviathans, then we're gonna see either nukes, orbital, or usually you would see slammers, but obviously on a map like this you can't build slammers. So it's just going to be this stepping stone of, okay, well, how do I get the next big, the next step against my opponent? And with these choke points, it's going to be, torpedo launchers. And we see 2 fabbers that were planning to do that. They were going to set up a nice little choke point in that spot, and then the next thing would be tier 2 naval, and then orbital, and then, what I'm trying to get to is I wouldn't be surprised if we see some sort of very unnatural kind of like build in this match.
Well, with that being said, Blue have done an amazing job so far of shutting down expansions from Yellow. They've taken down air fabbers, they've taken down naval fabbers with piranhas. It's been painful for Yellow, and actually at this point in a naval game, taking off those expanding fabbers is a significant win because of the travel time. So Oxide and Alpha ahead in this game already, not only in terms of getting those wins off, but also in terms of their economy. They're getting ahead to 12k, 144. They're establishing the map control, which is the important thing. And Yellow currently don't have the bombers; they only have the interceptors. But the T2 naval is out from the Yellow team. Wow, they're focusing that down pretty heavily. That's 2 fabs and a com. Meanwhile, on the north, do we have the same thing? We do indeed. But only
Almost
one
identical
fabber
placement,
and a
yeah.
com. Yeah. So that's, pretty even timings. It's going to be a case of how they actually use those air fabbers, not air fabbers, naval factories. Significant difference. Naval factories going forward.
I do like. I mean, I would like to see this a little bit more, but like just a radar, just kind of placed like right behind these choke points, so in case, you know, something happens to slip by, or maybe even the Air Force is just kind of flying by. I like these just kind of weird radar placements for the blue team. I mean, I'd like to see it in this other choke point, but it does look like yellow's kind of already starting to work their way into it. And I mean, it's just kind of something small, but it's also something that's really nice to have, because just like we saw with the previous map, map awareness is the name of the game, especially on a naval map where if you see 3 or 4 little dots, those little dots could be an Ares, those little dots could be Leviathans, Typhoons, Krakens, I mean, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, I mean, they can be anything really, really vicious.
And importantly, typically with naval, going into the later game, you tend to see your naval going into bigger clumps to make those pushes. So being aware of where those armies are gives you the time to move your stuff to defense, because obviously, you know, how long it takes stuff to move, it's going to be really important that you actually have your army placed well. We see a commander pushing out from yellow though. In the,
I like this decision. It's
yeah.
okay. Yeah.
That could establish some really good map control there. Similarly, it's going to close the distance between blue's base and the yellow con. Ooh, nice fabricate there from the piranhas.
Yellow went tier 2 Faber first. Oh no, blue did the same thing, but Kaiju. And then Kraken.
Is a very good decision because that negates torpedo launchers.
Very true. Very, very true.
So,
well, how is Blue's air army doing? Are they kind of tied? Are they? I think they're pretty much even, right?
They've fallen behind a little bit in the air. Looking at their air production capabilities, they got what, 1, 2 air factories. Let's have a look at yellow. 1, 2. Oh, they're actually even production, but I think yellow have just been trading better. So, but overall, the air game isn't going to be the be-all and end-all. It's going to be the positioning and the map control and the locking down of areas. But it's really good to see those kaijus coming out, because those will just say, you know, all those torpedo launchers that you invested in? Nah, mate.
Nah, mate. We're going to just roll right through them. No problems, mate.
Oh, it's if someone wanted a demolition, I'm here for that. So, you know, just send me in the direction of the stuff and.
No, well, look. I mean, no, it's a great decision. Look at this. Right through the front door. What are you gonna do about it? You got nice little barracudas you got there. It'd be a shame if they didn't do anything. And look at this. Here comes blue from in the back foot. They're gonna just make their own torpedo. Oh, that's actually a pelter, but they're gonna do the exact same thing. Holy cow! I didn't realize that the kaiju had 4 guns. I thought it only had the 2 on the top, but apparently it's got guns everywhere.
Turrets around the side. Have you not noticed those?
I mean, I've seen them, but usually most units don't get close enough for those to be actually used. So, I mean, that kaiju had a heyday.
Are you changing your mind about this map being?
No, it still sucks, but it's really nice to see that kaijus actually have more guns, especially in case, well, what? Well, here's the question: what's gonna get close enough to it besides like torpedo launchers, like docks, maybe? Like, what would honestly get close enough to warrant those?
I mean,
this is just never mind.
it just did, pushing into a torpedo encroachment. Yeah, I was watching that sub, and it was just throwing the torpedo into the iceberg. I was just like, what is going on?
He was revenging the Titanic. This is for everything back in the 50s.
Yeah, they're doing a pretty good job over here, though, continuing to just say, okay, well, you fight us back on one place, but we're going to push out on another. The thing is, they need to be consolidating these positions with factories. I mean, that's what really wins you map control on naval games, is putting up not only torpedo launchers and Galata, but also factories. Oh dear, though, those Krakens are the ideal answer to kaijus. It's like we're playing rock, paper, scissors here. My goodness me. That was brutal. That kaiju just...
He just went into the night.
Oh dear. This commander walking against a torpedo launcher, that's not going to be good.
He's not scared. Torpedo launchers? He'll just build walls, right? Because those stop torpedoes, right?
Definitely. I made that mistake when they...
Oh no, I remember making a post about it like
dying?
Oh, he's standing there. Oh, he's oh god, no fear. No fear.
Is he taking damage? He is.
Yeah.
He's taking a little bit of damage down to 88. Actually 86, yeah.
He should be out of range. This last shot might nibble on him. Oh my god.
84.
Range, what is it? No, I remember making a post about like, hey, I'm so glad these walls stop these torpedo shells. So while I'm stuck in the water, comboxing.
Oh, this isn't great for yellow here. Krakens versus Barracudas. That's
Oh,
not
but
what you
look,
want.
look! If they literally just hide behind that little lip and the Barracudas come by, the shells, oh my goodness, the damage, because the Barracudas would only be able to fire one missile, and they wouldn't, the shots would have to go around the curve, and they would be dead by the time they get there. I don't think yellow realizes the really good trade they could be taking, but holy Barracudas, man.
Yeah.
Oh, here comes the push. I mean, these two Krakens, I mean, they could do a lot of damage if they were in the right position, but they are really out of position. One goes down, the second one's going to try and flee, but those torpedo missiles, they travel a fairly good distance compared to most shots.
Yeah. Krakens will go down. Not great
Oh,
trade for them.
one.
Into... What?
He lives.
Going back into Blue's base now, though, we see the Leviathans coming out. And also just continual ramping up of production from Blue. I like this. Their economy is struggling a little bit with it, and Yellow is actually caught up.
They're getting tier 2 though, so I mean, it's struggling now, but it should come back over time, which is really the big thing.
A couple more T2 mechs, and they'll be absolutely fine.
See, this is why naval. This is right here, Marshall. Look at this. A commander stuck in a choke point versus one Faber and 2 torpedo launchers, and he can't move out or he'll die. like come on, that's no, please. But either way, even no matter how salty I get about it, we do see more Barracudas actually working through some of Yellow's metal right now. I mean, this is a really nice little thing to get. I mean, especially on a map of, well, 59, and it's still pretty good for both sides, but once you have your metal secured, you're always kind of relying on that metal. So if just 5 or 6 metal extractors go down, that could be a big thing. And oh look, the commander built up the pelter and he's finally able to, but guess what? There's a Leviathan now. Great. Oh my goodness, the flashbacks, they're coming back, man.
But that's the whole thing about
Typhoon going, or Kraken going big though.
Preempting how your opponent is going to respond to what you're doing.
Get out of there, Leviathan!
Yeah, he doesn't want to.
He's a goner.
He's gone. He is so very gone. Look at that damage. Those Krakens.
I mean, well, if I guess they're like the kaiju. When you get in range, you just don't want to be there. It's a bad time. Second tier 2. Out for yellow. I like this decision. I mean, eventually at some point, the tier 1 just doesn't cut it. I mean, eventually Krakens just destroy Barracudas, and eventually Leviathans just destroy anything else.
It's more a case of having T2 in more locations than one, because with one factory, especially on a naval versus naval map like this, your T2 tends to go to a specific area. You build a factory and it goes to a specific area, because it's not as mobile as, say, T2 bots or whatever. So, you know, you need to make that dedicated location and placement. And having that forward T2 naval factory is going to be a real asset to them going into the later stages of this game. More kaijus though, dealing with the torpedo launchers. I really like this, but the Barracudas cannot do anything about it.
Here's the big thing though, yeah? So we've obviously hit the Leviathan phase. This will be kind of, will we go into orbital or will we not? Because if they hit that stalemate situation, it's going to be, okay, how do I one-up my opponent? Because, oh, calm, what are you doing? Friend, you do not want to be there. Oh, okay, the Kraken does die.
Just got squished by a pellet. Oh my god.
One pelter, he's like, yo, I ain't scared of no Kraken, or, yeah, I'm not scared of no Kraken.
I mean, the thing, we probably won't see orbital simply because Stingray is just so good against it. Oh, the T2 Fab bombers taking that down. That's a pretty good win.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. This looks like it will be the end. Oh, there goes that guy. The Leviathan sitting here at this. See, this is just a no-go zone. If you've got like a tier 2 torpedo launcher and just a Leviathan sitting here, nothing is allowed. It's tier 1, right? But there's just nothing can pass that area without going through that first. Oh, we have more Barracudas and other just things. Actually, the Barracudas, I think, getting stuck on the ramp there, and they're starting to make the bum rush here, and they should be able to break through. Or they're getting close enough.
They have to focus it down.
Yeah, they're focusing on the Faber. They'll get it. They'll break through this commander. Yeah, he needs to get out of there. Oh, here comes the Kraken though. He's got other things in mind.
They need to focus down on the defenses though.
And there goes those.
That'll be mopped up, but
I'm quite surprised to see that we haven't seen as big of an airplay as I was expecting. I mean, this was definitely like, it's naval and air, like there's just going to be nothing else. And we've only really just been seeing kind of blow for blow trading, really. I mean, yes, Yellow does have a bit of an air army now, but it's going to get cleaned up by the other, you know, blue air army. And there's really hasn't been as much. This one Kaiju, though, like,
yeah,
he is behind enemy lines. There's one bomber slowly working on him in an Orca, but the Kaiju doesn't care. He finally gets traded out, but look at all those Barracudas that just couldn't do a single thing about it.
I like that we're starting to see aggression from blue, though. I think it's about time that they did start to push out. We did have some Barracudas sort of sat in their base, which have been moved out and tried to make some offensive plays. We've got the Kaijus over here doing some really good damage here. All of this mechs and these forward torpedo launchers are just going to disappear, and that's just the beauty of not having a consolidated area and why you really need production everywhere. But the thing is, you also have to be careful of stalling your production because you're trying to consolidate your areas with production. So it's a case of, can you get up mechs and let it pay for itself before it oh my goodness,
Dangerous commander.
goodness.
Yeah,
I was about to say
these Barracudas are getting, oh nope, they're focusing him, there might just be enough. Uber cannon doesn't exist in a game like this.
He's taking down damage, 60-50%.
No, he's gonna I think he's gonna live it.
He's just gonna survive.
They're not, because they're not focusing him. They didn't focus him.
They're hitting the
oh wait, but then there's a Leviathan. Oh my goodness, the range, the shotgun shells out of nowhere. He might just get away because there's no vision. Oh, he's gonna get away just barely, but I think that's it. The choke point has been breached. We see, I mean, undersea naval battles going on everywhere, but blue is in yellow's face. They're inside their side of the choke points, and I mean, once you start seeing that, that kind of indicates it's the nail in the coffin starting to get hammered here by the blue team.
I mean, these Barracudas are going to do a fair bit of damage, but there is the T2 torpedo.
Oh yeah, never mind. I didn't see that. Yeah. Oh, Kaijus though. Oh no, the commander can shoot them, but the commander better be careful. Two Kaijus, they don't do the same damage as levelers, but they can still pack a pretty decent punch. Actually, the Kaijus are just getting out of there.
I don't think they can target the commander for some reason because he's, strictly speaking, submerged.
Half his body out of the water. Yeah, he's under the sea as much as the. Oh, hello there, Kraken.
Look at that Kraken though.
Oh yeah.
That is wrecking face. And that whole forward position is forcing that commander
Undersea
to leg
Scourge.
it. And oh my goodness, blue are really
just sit in the base.
home.
Just do your thing.
Yeah.
Well, one bomber does come by. Thinks about it. He's really thinking about getting rid of this Kraken, but he's not too sure. He needs to be careful though, because if he sits that bomber right on top of that Kraken, he can the Kraken actually can kill the bomber. I've seen it happen. Yep. See? See? The missiles will hit the bomber and kill it. I mean, it's an uncommon thing that happens, but if there's only one or two, it does happen. It's just one of the wonderful things about Uber.
So while the economy tab is showing us that yellow are in a really dire situation there, the army tab is showing us how well blue are doing in terms of their army count. And when you have that sort of a disparity in a naval game, you know that the snowball is rolling.
This is, I think, the big push from yellow. If this dies, that's what else will they have?
Well, it's more a case of this commander over here dealing with these Barracudas right now.
Oh boy.
Yeah, there we go.
I think it's safe to say he's gone. Yeah.
Yeah, he is so very gone.
Oh
dear.
Oh,
There he goes.
hang
50.
on. Oh, and boom goes the
There we
dynamite.
go. Anyone on the other side? The other commander is sort of sat.
That commander can't go anywhere. He's trapped in the base.
I mean, to be honest, I'd say this is GG.
Oh yeah, the final big push of yellow has been cleaned up. Yeah, definitely.
It's been GG since blue sort of consolidated this middle area.
Yeah, once the choke points were taken over by primarily blue. I mean, that's once you lose the choke points in a choke-heavy game, that's kind of it.
I'd be interested to see how this would have played out if one of the players went super heavy air.
I would have loved to see how this game would have played out if there was land. Because I don't think this really represents how Qzipico and Admiral General can play.
Well, no, but now, because it's best of 3, I think losers get picks, so they get to choose.
Oh, hopefully we'll go back to... I don't know if Inconvertible would be the best choice. Maybe Locky... Or what was it? Lockley? No, it's not Lockley. It was Lockery? The one that looks like Lock,
yes.
but it's got more rams.
Yeah, the Lockery.
Yeah, I think that would be their map to go, because something close fight, there could be cheese, there can be, you know, it's very scrappy. I think that's Qzipico's and Admiral General's game.
I uploaded a YouTube video earlier today, actually, where
but that
I played
plugin, though.
with Qzipico and Admiral General as a 3v3 on the Lockery. And we sent in 3 combat fabs at the beginning to set up proxy tellies, and they just couldn't come back from a consolidated position like that because they were focusing so hard on dealing with us that we had T2 in the back of our base and everything else. So there we go. Losers pick from previous match.
Hey guys, it's Ghost here. Hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to like it, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and make sure to turn up that audio because we're about to kick it.
Goodbye. Okay, goodbye.